Hi there, Mouseketeers! Welcome back to my channel. Princess Minnie here, bringing you episode 2 of my Design Minnie Ears with Me series. So I'm going to take you through 2 new pairs of ears, and stick around to the end of the video because I'll be modeling them, I guess. I don't know. Displaying them on my head, if you will. And I'm really interested to see which one you like more, or, I mean, I hope you like both. We'll see. But I hope this series inspires you to go out there and make your own ears. Today I'm going to show you ears representing 2 Disney films that I absolutely adore. And one of them will have one of my favorite Disney characters on it. You'll see what I mean in just a second. Alright everybody, so the first pair of ears, I think you can tell what they're going to be themed as, but it's going to be Star Wars ears. And the reason why is I am going to Disneyland, and I believe they do have a Darth Vader meet and greet there, so I really wanted to make these ears to wear when I meet Darth, as he is my favorite Star Wars character. So here is the fabric, and as typical, this is from Joann's Fabric. Every piece of fabric you see in the video today will be from Joann's. Now I've already done the step of taking my template, cutting out cardboard, and look, that cardboard is super messed up, but it doesn't matter. And cutting out also, using the template, some fabric batting. I like a nice thick ear, so there are 2 pieces of batting here. You could always make it thicker or thinner depending on your preference. So what I'm going to do is I will lay out, and I'll conserve the fabric a lot better, but I'm going to lay out my 4 squares using the wrong side of the fabric. I'll put the face side down. I will trace out larger than my ears, or yeah, larger than the ears, so that way I can fold it over, and of course I'll be folding them this way. I will let you see what those 4 pieces look like in just a second. Okay, and there are all my pieces cut out. You can see they are quite larger than the actual ears themselves, and I just wanted to show you that I made sure to cut out fabric that kind of focused on different characters, because that's what I wanted my ears to look like, but you could always make sure yours are more uniform. Let's cover these bad boys up. Okay, and here are the 4 ears completed. Now what we have to do is pick the way we want to design the ears. This side being the left side of the ear and this side being the right side of the ear. So design-wise, you typically would, well, as far as I understand, would have characters maybe pointing in like that to each other, and that is how I like it. I suppose if you wanted, you could have them facing outward, but that is not my cup of tea. Visually, I do prefer them like this. Now, I will need 2 ears to be the front and 2 of the ears to represent the back of the headband. Darth Vader obviously is going to be a front character for me. And then I have to decide, do I really want this white stormtrooper with him? And that's what the ears would look like. Or do I want just an overall darker pair of ears? And that is actually a really tough call. I am really enjoying this, plus there is the classic white stormtrooper here, so I do think that adds some balance. Let's see what the back of the ears would look like, and then you have an overall kind of whiter back. Let me just see this part again. Yeah, I don't think this looks as good as the darker stormtrooper did. Alright, so that's going to be the front of the ear. And now for the back, this guy's just looking center, this guy's looking off to the side. Let's see, do I like that better? I actually think I prefer it like this. So now what we're going to have to do is glue these 2 together and glue these 2 together. Now that my ears are complete, it's onto the headband. Now I had a bright hot pink headband from Joann's. I have cut a strip of black fabric and I'm going to be covering it. I did glue this side down already. I'm going to just take this, fold it that way, fold it the other way, and that will be my headband. The other next step is to take trim, and I like this kind of black trim. It's not too simple, but it's also not crazy, and I am going to be wrapping the side of the ear in that black trim. Then I will attach each ear to the headband. I'll let you see that in just a second. Okay, and here we have almost a completed set of ears. I took that black ribbon and wrapped it all the way around the ear, not at the very bottom because that's just getting attached here. You don't need the fancy ribbon for that. See it on both sides. And of course I had to put my little signature gold ribbon on the inside. I just love how that kind of puts it all together. So now all that's left is to kind of decide where the ears go. I've been making mine a little wide, I think, recently, so I think I am going to try to put them a little bit higher. I'm going to play around with these. But I really noticed that Darth Vader's helmet is pretty close to the edge here. I really should have moved it over slightly, but kind of too late now. So I really, you know me, I like a real big bow. So I do need to think about making a slightly smaller bow just so that Darth does not get totally obscured. Alright guys, I finished making this bow and I did get, it's not, I don't think the texture's quite showing up on camera, but it's actually black velvet and it's absolutely stunning. A little bit challenging to work with. I am planning on making ears that are completely out of this black velvet. Heck, maybe I'll even do a Star Wars bow with it. I don't know, we'll see how I feel about that. But I definitely love this black velvet. And I did get this at Joann's, just like every other fabric I'm going to show you. I'll let you know if anything is not from Joann's. But I really wanted to show you that I put the bow a little askew, a little to the side, because you know I wasn't making a smaller bow, and I really wanted to get Darth Vader shown on that. So this guy, he gets a little obscured. That's okay. Darth has primary viewing. So I did put the bow askew, and I do think that's pretty cute. And I want to show you something a little different I did. When I tied the knot for the bow, I actually put it below the headband and brought it up and over. And I just kind of wanted to try that new bow technique out, and I did like it. So that's something you could try as well, especially if you're having a hard time getting your bows to stay on your ears. The second pair of ears today is inspired by the movie Coco, which if you have not seen Coco, please go do so. My husband and I actually bought it on Amazon, which was a great move because we have definitely watched it multiple times. And this fabric, as soon as I saw it at Joann's, just screamed Day of the Dead, Sugar Skulls, Coco at me. So I had to get it. I am already obsessed with these ears, and I've done most of the work already. So I covered the ears. The edges are still rough, so that's the next step. I of course put the gold trim on the inside, and next I'm going to show you how I would decide what kind of trim to use. So our first option is this black trim, which I also used on the Star Wars ears. It's nice and basic. I figured it would kind of blend right into the ear. Let's see if we like it. Okay, so there it is wrapped around the ear, and it does look nice. It does kind of just disappear and provide a nicely finished edge. However, I don't know, I'm not wowed by it. I think I might try something a little different. This you'll recognize is the gold trim that I use inside the ears. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so I've wrapped that around, holding it in place. And I love this. It pops so much more. Of course, it'll be a little more centered when I actually glue it down. But this pops just a little bit more. I think it reflects the colors. There's the yellows that are in the ears, makes them a little more vibrant. So I'm gonna wrap these ears, and then we're going to do the bow, and then the Coco ears are done. Okay, this is the fabric I'm thinking about making the ears from. I tend to have very plain bows. I'm pretty sure all my bows on all of my ears so far was just like a solid color or burlap. But this is a really pretty floral orange pattern, and if you've seen Coco, orange flowers, they're kind of important. They form the bridge connecting the land of the living with the land of the dead. And so as soon as I saw it, I thought, yes. Now I do think these ears would be absolutely gorgeous with just a plain orange bow, maybe a black bow if you wanted it to be a little more sophisticated. Or you could pull from any of the colors that are in the ears. I was thinking purple would be spectacular, maybe even like a sparkly purple. A sparkly gold could be gorgeous, even a blue. So you have so many options that you could do with this one, but I decided to do a little bit of a different kind of thing for myself, and it's going to be very busy and very patterned, and if I hate it when I see the bow made, then I'll consider other options. Otherwise, I'm going for something a little different. Okay, here is the final product. So you see the gold trim on the inside of the ear. You see it on the outside of the ear, and then there is that puffy bow. I did put a very large piece of batting inside the bow to give it some oomph, some poof, but you don't have to do that, of course. It does make it, like thicker, but it also makes it a little more challenging to work with, so maybe you try that second if you haven't tried your own ears yet. And then one other design element I want to share with you is I made this tiny mini black bow. And now I'm going to leave these ears like is. But one thing you can do is you could put a secondary bow on top of your first bow. Or if you want to do something like really wacky and crazy that I might try in the future, you could even offset it. And there you go. You have like meta bows, bow on a bow. Let me know if that mini bow design concept is something you'd like to see me try on a future pair of ears, and then I will definitely design something that will work beautifully on. All that's left is to try these bad boys on. Okay, so first up are my ears inspired by the Pixar film Coco, which takes up such a huge spot in my heart. My husband and I definitely bawled our eyes out at the end of that movie. If you love Coco, please comment down below. I would love to talk to you about that movie. I have watched it a bunch of times since. We watched it once the first night, and the first night that we bought it, and instantly I turned to my husband, I was like, do you want to watch it again? And he was like, I thought you'd think I was crazy, but I wanted to ask you the same thing. So we actually put it again and fell asleep to it that time. But I really love that film, and I feel like people in the park will know that these ears are an homage to Coco. So I really do love these ears, even though they are a little bit unusual. Again, I think that you could go with a more traditional color bow. I do think like a purple bow would be gorgeous here, or even just a black bow if you wanted to be like kind of sophisticated there. Let me give you a close-up. I do love the gold detail on the side, and I feel like a gold bow could also have been really pretty here. Alright, so you gotta tell me what you think. Thumbs up on these ears? I hope so. If not, what would you rather see me be inspired by? What Pixar film would you love to see me do some ears for? Okay, and next up, these are my Star Wars ears, and I cannot wait to wear these ears and meet Darth Vader in Disneyland. I cannot wait. And I did put the bow a little askew. Now, I feel like if I did this in the future, I probably would put the bow even more askew, because I hope that no one thinks I just like couldn't figure out how to balance it. But I do like that I get to see more of Darth Vader's helmet on this side. So I feel like there are a couple technical issues with these ears, but again, I'm not a professional ear maker. It's just something I do for fun. Don't beat yourself up if your ears aren't, oh my god, they're not perfect. Like, don't cry. It's okay. They're still awesome. These are awesome. I love them. I'm so thrilled. I know that they might not be the most popular ears out there because not everybody's a Star Wars fan, but I am, and let me know if you are too. Let me give you a close-up. And of course, black would be a great outfit choice, like an outfit color if you were wearing these ears, but they're black and white, so they'll go with anything, and that's like, I mean, always amazing, right? Like those Coco ears, I don't know what I would actually have to match them. Before we go today, I need to give a couple of shout outs. The first shout out I want to give is to Monica, and Monica used my tutorial, my ear-torial, if you will, to make some ears for people she knew, and they came out absolutely stunning. Stunning. Like, I need to steal some of her ideas. So Monica did not actually get in contact with me and share her ears with me. She was a little too shy, and I totally get that. But when I say please share your ears with me, I 1000% mean it. It makes me so thrilled and happy. Plus, it gives me totally something to steal from you, so thanks. But no, in all honesty, I love seeing Monica's ears, but again, Monica didn't share that with me. Her boyfriend, Chris, emailed me, and you know what, Monica? Chris, he's totally a keeper, because if your significant other is so proud of you, that is like the most important thing in the world. My husband has always been so proud of anything I did, and he is my biggest supporter with these videos. He's always like, can we watch one of your YouTube videos when we eat dinner? And people out there, you need to find that quality in your partner, because nothing is better than that, when they are proud of you for anything you do. So Chris, thank you for reaching out to me. Monica, thank you for being awesome and making those wonderful ears. And I'm so proud of you, and I hope that you continue to make ears and continue to share them with me. One more shout out to give, and that is to Zona. I hope I'm saying that right, Zona. And she reached out to me also to say that she made a pair of ears, and hers were so cute, and she was so clever because she matched her ear fabric to a shirt fabric, because I think she said she got like a pajama set, but it totally doesn't look like a pajama top. Like, she can totally wear it to the parks. And, I mean, not that you can't wear pajamas to the park, I guess, like, be comfy, it's your life. I'm not gonna judge you ever, so do it. Just like go showered, because sometimes I've been sitting next to rides with people who they needed to take a shower that morning. So as long as you shower, you can wear anything you want, in my opinion. Go for it. I'm not gonna judge. But she made these beautiful matching ears, which I thought was so clever, out of the pajama bottoms. Loved it. Love those ears. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you learned something from this, or not really learned something, but I hope you were inspired by this ear tutorial, this design session. Whether you love those Coco ears and you want to make them for yourself, whether you love Star Wars ears and you want to make those for yourself, or whether you just are like, huh, I'm not totally into those, but you know what, Beauty and the Beast ears would be super cool. Like, go for it. Don't be afraid. And you know what? If you don't like them, then you start over. So I would just say, if you're starting, maybe try cheaper fabrics just until you get the hang of things, and do things your own way. I know some people are having trouble like actually wrapping the headband. You don't have to wrap the headband. You can just buy a headband in a corresponding color that matches your ears. Problem solved. Or just practice, because I'll tell you, it's pretty quick for me to wrap ears now, but it was not when I first started. So, or I guess wrap the headband, I mean. But either way, have a wonderful day. Comment down below which ears you liked from this video, and if you didn't like the ears, you can just be like, thumbs up, thanks for trying. I will see you real soon.